What's going on, good people? This is yours truly, EZDZ. One third of the Chop Shop crew. Our main man Ruff is not here with us tonight, so he's taking care of a little off-site business. He'll be back hopefully with us next Monday on the 1st. But across from me this evening is my man Dade City's finest, Waldella. What's happening with you, brother?
What's going on?
Okay, we're going to get into it tonight. So I want to let all the viewers know you can check us out on YouTube. Make sure I got this right. YouTube.com/ you going to leave me out here?
Yeah, I told you. At Chop Shop Show. YouTube.com/ @Chop Shop Show.
Thank you. Okay, this guy here, man. I already see how this one to go.
Yes, yeah, man. What?
Okay, let's get into it, man. You know, Aaron Rodgers got traded. We'll talk about that a little later.
He did?
Got traded to the Jets. Yeah, got traded to the Jets. So,
Brett Favre all over again.
That's the way. That's what I was thinking too. But I want to ask you,
to the Vikings?
I don't know. I mean, still, you know, he's 38, 39. So I mean, anything's possible. But I want to ask you this. I'm gonna get your input on this NBA playoffs so far. What's been some exciting games, been some foolishness. What sticks out to you?
So the main thing that stick out to me is the Heat up 2-1. They finna go up 3-1 tonight. So
okay, take the biases out of it. Just outside of that, if I can.
Okay, so
outside of that,
you know, it's Dylan Brooks.
You know
what I'm saying? It's a lot of foolishness. It's a lot. He going to he like the new Dennis Rodman. He like the new Dennis Rodman of the NBA, man. And
okay, now this is my thing. First of all, you know, you say you like the Pope Bears. Okay, you was up. Now game 1 you lost. You ain't say nothing. Real low key. Went back to the locker room. Okay, now game 2. Now you sell it out. You know, you cut up a little bit. You team up. Brown, you know, this,
he ain't
X,
the
Y,
same
Z.
when he was in Miami winning chips in Cleveland. He ain't the same.
Right. Then you get back Saturday. You lay an egg Saturday. 7 points, and you get ejected. And then got the nerve to follow up and say, in your post game, that you say this Saturday after the game, I ain't talking. So then yesterday, they got you to go through your little walkthrough, y'all at USC, you know, getting ready for the game tonight. And then you come out and had the nerve to say, hey, man, if I would have kept playing, the game would have been different. We would have won. Dylan Brooks, stop that, man, for real.
That's cute.
Stop that, for real.
It's cute, man. I think it's just confidence. That's how he exudes his confidence.
Bro,
man.
that's foolishness.
So I think he got to psych himself out to play. So I think he got to give himself
that's foolishness.
A reason to play. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, my thing is just as a competitor, LeBron is right now the best basketball player in the NBA. Why try to provoke him? Because see, had you went at Mike or Kobe like that, you gonna get 60 put on you. Allowed 60.
But I mean, stuff he was saying, he had points. Like LeBron is old. He is older. But I mean, that's like talking to Mike on the Wizards.
Okay, but let me ask you this: do you think Dylan Brooks will be the same player at 38? Do you think he'll still be in the league at 38?
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
Okay. Just food for thought. The one thing that sticks out to me is that how these guys are being, and Doc Rivers made a great point, how star players are getting ejected and put in situations to get thrown out of games. If you take a look at the thing with the Nets, with the Sixers, the series is over with the Sixers swept them, but Nick Claxton, game 3, stands over Embiid, kicks him. Game 2 of the Sacramento Golden State game, Domantas Sabonis holds Draymond Green's leg. Draymond gets away and then stomps on him.
But it's the retaliation always gonna get caught. You might not catch the antagonist, but they're gonna see the retaliation.
Now I'm asking you this: should Sabonis been suspended for that? Hold on to his leg?
No, I don't think he should have been suspended. But looking at it, something got to happen.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Something got to happen, and the reaction from Draymond is what drew the most attention because it was the most violent. You know what I'm saying?
The team you're most surprised by so far in these playoffs would be who?
Honestly, the Heat really surprised me. Like I ain't think they had a chance
Okay.
I ain't think they had a chance. And tonight
they've played.
We're gonna go up 3-1. So
they played 3 games.
It's real shocking.
Milwaukee's played 3 games out their best player, but I mean, this is the NBA. This is the playoffs.
But
like I said, we'll see.
All that about the best player and all that. But we up 2-1. We about to go up 3-1 tonight.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say the New York Knicks. I'm surprised by what they've done so far.
They was out there in the streets.
Yeah. Like New York is alive right now.
Yeah,
very much so. And I mean, you ask yourself. I mean, they can wrap Cleveland up Wednesday night and send them home 4-1. And I really thought Cleveland was would make a little noise, but I guess I stand to be corrected. And then Thibodeau shot Julius Randle down yesterday. Had him on the bench, but I mean Brunson hooping. They got guys coming in.
They got guys getting buckets.
It's a lot of excitement right now in the New York area.
It should be.
Yeah,
it should be. I like what they got going on, man. Young roster, man. A lot of energy.
Okay, so if the Heat do beat Milwaukee, which I don't see, but I mean straight the things will happen.
You don't wear glasses, so you might need to get your eyes checked.
Okay, do you see them getting past the Knicks?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean just processing all in. Okay,
yeah, they not an experienced ball club, so I really see them. A lot of energy and getting past the first round, but they'll be home whoever they play next round.
So they would line up against Boston in a rematch of Eastern Conference Finals. Then, how would you see that going?
That's gonna be a good one.
Okay,
that's gonna be a good one.
Okay,
but Boston tough, man.
Okay. And the
who they playing?
Boston will play Philadelphia. They play Philadelphia once they wrap up, and then
no, I'm saying who they playing in the first round?
Oh, Boston up on the Hawks right now 3-1.
Oh,
and DeJounte Murray got suspended for bumping an official last night, so he won't play tomorrow. So I know it's a good chance. And then the funny thing is, the running joke in Atlanta is that Janet Jackson has a concert Thursday night at State Farm Arena. So had the Hawks won, they may have to do some rescheduling, but they ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah,
so Janet,
they planned it accordingly.
Yeah, Janet, get your playlist out. You'll be ready for rehearsal.
No wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, you'll be ready. You'll be ready Thursday night at State Farm.
Make sure your clothes tight.
Yeah, she'll be ready at State Farm. So the Hawks gonna be done. So that'll be it for them.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Then also we had a lot of spring football over the weekend. A lot of transfers that played the game that they ready to hit it, go different places. So, I mean, go. It's gonna be an exciting college football season.
Did you see the transfer leave Colorado?
I think it's 4 of them,
but there's only one that really mattered.
Yeah, the receiver. Yeah, he got off. He got all the way.
DB.
Lamuzio got the long.
Nico.
Oh, okay. I thought the receiver was leaving too. He caught a long pass.
They leaving. So they.
But Deion said we got more coming. So I mean,
yeah.
So our special guest tonight, Coach Chang. Chang will be here a little shortly. So like I said, we chopping it up right now. We freestyling. And Chang, we'll talk a little bit of the NFL draft. I'm gonna get back to Dade City on this NBA. So the Clippers, they got to break them up. That's it. That's over with. Got to break them up. They had to run. They ain't been able to play together. A lot of money was invested in Kawhi. A lot of money invested in Paul George. Injuries. So do you try to keep them together, or do you?
I mean, so if they break them up, where they going? Like, what direction the Clippers going in? Rebuilding?
Well, I mean, what can you do? I mean, are you going to reinvest in paying these guys again max deals?
But I say, but what direction they gonna go? They gonna have to pay somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, Kawhi and Paul George, when healthy, are definitely top 15 two-way players. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, when he's on this game, is a top 5 NBA player. Mm-hmm. And I say Paul George is a top 20 when they're healthy. Okay.
I agree.
But if like Kawhi's like now his knee, Paul George, has played a lot more than Kawhi has, but you have to look at, moving forward and, try to do something different. I mean, Kawhi will be a sought-out free agent as well as Paul George.
They will be. They will be. I'm not saying they won't be, but I mean, as an organization, you got to look at still remaining relevant. At the same time, now if them two leave, like what's going to be their next move? If they decide to walk, what's going to be the Clippers' next move?
Well, I mean, LA is an attractive city, you know, and you still got Westbrook, who has really played good in these playoffs. And like I said, I don't know if that's going to be, you know, going into the next season.
Long term.
I understand.
Solution.
Right. So I mean, you're gonna have to. I mean, do you keep Tyronn Lue? You know, Nick Nurse just got fired up in Toronto. So I mean,
but did you see Udoka going to Houston?
Udoka did. Yeah, Emi Udoka. Yeah, shout out. Just
they let him go down there because there ain't nothing but Beyonce's down there. They ain't worried. Ain't no Taylor Swift's down there, so he gonna be all right.
He'll be draped up and dripped out, huh?
He gonna be all right. Ain't no Taylor Swift down there. It's all Beyonce's.
Yeah, so he can get out and do his thing. I mean, that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Houston got a lot of young talent. They got some pieces. I know I saw the guy, the Vic. I can't pronounce his last name. The 7'5" guy say he's going pro.
Women, they bond you. Well, yeah, you know.
I'll let you say it. You go ahead. I'll let you say it.
I don't know it either.
Okay.
Women did it bond me.
So that's gonna be interesting as far as say with the draft, as far as say what we got going on. So we're gonna take a quick break. This our first break. Our special guest has made it in. So let's go ahead and give a shout out as we always do, man. Will D. Every show dedicated to him, man. So rest on, brother. We're gonna keep this thing going for you. So get online, www.cigarlyfe.com. Go check him out. You know, a lot of good stuff on there. And then, as you know, Ruff is not here tonight, but also check out what he does. Does per se services. Check him out online, gdnaps.com. So it's www.gregdawson.com, or you could do gdnapsc@gmail.com. So we're going to take a quick break. Give us about, say, 2 minutes. We do not run right to this music. Torres going to give us something. We're about to get into this second segment of Chop Shop. As you see, today's city's immediate right. This handsome man that's coming here with us to kick with us tonight, man. This family right here. So, I mean, this is my partner, this is my baby brother, all the above. So, without further ado, man, give a shout out, man, for Coach Chang.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, baby?
Coach A, good to have you on here tonight, man.
welcome.
We're gonna chop it up with you a little bit, man. It's just y'all got a lot of good things going on in the community, man. And I'll let you elaborate on, a couple weeks ago what y'all did for some of the kids on you. Actually, what y'all did the full weekend, you had like a Jags weekend. Let everybody know about that.
Yeah, man, it was quite the experience, man, with a lot of help from a lot of good people, man. We actually had the opportunity to take our kids to the USF spring game on Friday, and then the FSU spring game on Saturday.
And y'all actually got in the locker room at the South Florida game, right?
Yeah, we had a lot of ex-Jags in the buildings, man. Well, I ain't gonna say ex-Jags, alumni Jags.
Okay.
Tamarcus Simpson, Morris Brown, Ricardo Watson Jr.
Yeah, Seb used to come to the barbershop.
Yeah.
Yeah, T-Mac.
T-Mac. Yeah. Shout out T-Mac.
That's actually that's my nephew-in-law. His auntie is married to my brother Duke.
Okay.
Yep.
Small world. Okay. Small world. Okay.
Yep.
So I know those something like you said, y'all kids were 10, 11, how old they was y'all took?
9 and 10.
And that's an experience, like you said. I know at 9 years old, I ain't never been on no college campus for no spring game and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that stick with you.
Yeah, you try to take things to another level and give these kids opportunity. Half of these kids never been outside of the county, let alone this,
Right.
this, the city. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a great opportunity, man. Like USF showed major love, man, and Florida State did as well. And
Shout out. Yeah, let's talk about the state trip. So y'all drove up.
Oh yeah, it was an experience, man. Let me tell you something, man. Some of these 9 and 10-year-olds, man, they have old spirits. You hear me?
Okay.
So it was quite the experience with them.
Just ride up, talking with them, and what they thought process is.
Yeah, exactly. And man, it was just like I said again. It was a great opportunity because some of these boys, they're actually learning the game,
Right.
And they're actually maturing. So they're watching TV and they seeing their favorite player. And then when they actually had the opportunity to see how a college football practice was ran,
Yeah.
and it was like they was at whoa, So it was great, man.
Okay.
It was great.
Good stuff.
And
good
actually,
stuff.
we sat with some of the kids and we told them to watch their positions, and they took a lot from it.
Okay. How's practice been? Or how workouts been since they got back from that?
Oh man, we had a rough weekend this weekend with the 7-on-7 team, man. We on the Tide one. We ain't coming away with a win this weekend, but we got better each game. Each game we got better, and it's about progression. And a lot of people don't realize what I use certain things for, as far as like 7-on-7 and off season workouts, is to get the kids better for the fall.
Right.
So we my quarterback, he got better with his progressions and reads. My DBs, they got in their drops and stuff like that. And at 9, 10 years old, these kids can tell you who the curl flat defender in cover 2, who the curl flat defender in cover 3, who have deep third. So at 9 or 10 years old, they can tell you that.
Okay, that's what's up, man. When we was out there, we would just go get the ball.
Yeah. Poker bean right, Superman left. You know what I'm saying? So these kids can actually tell you what their responsibilities are. They know the concepts. And not know, but actually learning the concepts.
Right.
And when they go and watch games and when they watch older kids play, because after we lost in the tournament Sunday, we actually got a chance to watch some of the older kids that I coach.
Okay.
And I was actually showing them what they need to do and what we're trying to teach. And they was like, "Oh, coach, I get it now. I understand it."
So that's what I say the main thing is with football and understanding why you doing something.
Yeah.
If the kids don't understand, like you got the flat, but ain't nobody out there, and it's a curl right behind you. Mm-hmm. If you don't understand, you only got the flat of somebody over there. Like if you just run out there to cover grass, it don't make sense. But a lot of kids, if they understand why they doing something, then they'll be able to execute at a higher level. So that's a lot of good stuff they learning, man.
And then now we about to get into where high school about to pick back up. So they about to start spring. So spring games coming up, and I know it's gonna be. I want to see Tampa improve on the moves they made last year, as far as say teams making it out of the area, and maybe this time going a little further. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we got teams that make it every year. They first round, and like I remember a couple years ago, we had Tech, Berkeley, and Jesuit all play for state. Yeah. Jesuit the only one that came back and won. So I mean, but it's just to see that progress, it give you a sense of like, okay, you see Tampa turned the corner, but I think also something that's big in that is that I think that Hillsborough County's got to do better scheduling as far as, say, high school football. And I don't know what it's going to take as far as, say, where maybe like if you have games where like you could do maybe a home and away, like, and just to throw this out, Zephyr Hills, even though they're in Pasco, they did a home and home with Lake Wells. Lake Wells won the state this past season. That's Zephyr Hills' first home game. They start the season out with them.
Okay.
You know, and I want to see, you know, like, okay, well, maybe if you can't, maybe a team out of, like a Largo. Let's see if Largo could play somebody over here. I think we have to get that to get the kids ready so when you start playing meaningful football in November, you'll be a little more prepared.
Well, it's kind of hard because last time I was informed on that, I think they were going on a point system.
Right. That's
and
what they are
quality
doing.
wins and quality losses.
Right.
And even for the spring, I think, and like in private schools, I think a lot of the private schools play full games.
Right.
In public schools, they play half games.
Right. You're right.
But what they have done with the public schools, they have like controlled scrimmages where certain high schools actually get together on a Saturday, like 4 high schools get together on a Saturday.
Okay.
And they'll do it that way. But as far as like scheduling, man, some of these people running and ducking. Like some of these people picking their fights.
Call their name out.
I mean, some of these people picking their fights, but I know who not running from them. I don't think Tech will run from a fight. I know Tampa Catholic won't.
Right. Shout out Coach Rob and shout out Coach Jairus.
And even I'm gonna be honest with you, even Mike Williams over at Robertson, I don't think he'll buck no fades.
Right.
I really don't. And even in the new transition for him actually going over there.
Right.
And, you know, starting up the program over there where he had much success at Wharton. So.
Right. And I think something else, piggybacking on what you just said, Coach, is that makes the players better. The environment, like you said, when you playing, I guess I look at the disparity. No offense to anybody went to Brandon. Brandon didn't score 3 touchdowns this season, if I'm not mistaken. Brandon was a proud program years ago.
Yeah, in the 90s.
You know what I'm saying? 90s,
and the
89. I mean, they were tough.
Even a couple years ago, they wasn't, you know, a powerhouse, but they wasn't this bad, bro.
Right.
Nah, a couple of years ago.
When you talking about you getting running clock,
they've been bad for about 5-6 years.
Right. And I think that's the thing that now you ask yourself, and then Brandon back in the day, I know this was years ago, but Brandon's zone schools were Highland Pines, Northview Hill, Grant Park, Jackson Heights, Ebo City, Sasser Park, Paul River, Progress Village. They were getting all that.
Johnson Court was going over there.
Yeah, they were getting all that. So I'm saying you sit back and think now these kids, and if you're a part of losing, these kids don't want to lose. And I think that's something that really sticks out. So if you had a program,
but they don't have to go anymore.
That's what I'm saying. You got the school of choice, but even with that though,
that's gonna change. The school of choice, I give it 2 years, it's gonna change. With all that's going on up top as far as college and how recruitment is now, you're not gonna get all these kids running to the same school because you can't get in school without film. The days of the 3-star athlete going to Power 5 schools are over.
Oh, that's over. The transfer portal.
Colleges are going to the transfer portal before they're going to seniors coming out of high school.
Right.
So with that being said, if you don't have no film, you can't play. And if you think you're too good for the people, and I just said this on Crunch Time Survivor the other day, for the people that think they're too good to play at D2s and D3s and NIAs, you're gonna change your mind quick. Because if you don't have a marketing plan, this what the game's done come to.
Right.
You could be a good high school athlete with a great marketing plan, you'll get a shot out of high school. Right. But if you you have to be a great high school athlete to actually get a shot, and you got to have
got to have a marketing
plan because you got to get in front of the cameras.
Right.
You got to get on social media. That's what the game is now.
Right.
So once these kids realize, well, maybe I don't have all of what it takes because it's on and off the field now. I can't get on the field at Tech. I can get on the field at Brandon. I can get on the field at Chamberlain. I can get on the field at Lato. Because no film, no future.
Right.
In the sport, you still have, as long as you're a student, that's why I say grades are important.
Right.
And grades are even more important because when you're going to these HBCUs, there's no such thing as a full scholarship. You end up still having to move money around and take loans. A lot of people don't understand that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was talking to my homeboy. His son just went up there.
He went to FAM?
No, he went to Bethune.
Okay.
He went to Bethune, and good athlete. Played at Tech.
Yeah, played line.
Athlete.
Yeah. No, shout out to his mom, Myra. Yeah.
And
his granddaddy Horace.
He went to Bethune, and he ain't get no full ride. So he still got a ride, but it ain't no full ride. He gonna, like you said, he gonna have to move money around, do this, and might have to take out some loans. But he there. He get on the field, get some tape.
And now,
Hopefully
But what is it going to take for HBCUs? Because I think they should have the resources available to offer these scholarships.
You got to hire Ed Reed. You got to hire.
Well, Ed Reed, we will touch on that. But the HBCUs, well, they got to understand, you're not Alabama.
Right.
You're not Ohio State. Right. You're not Florida State. You're not Oklahoma. And they think they have the resources and the opportunity as these bigger schools have to these primetime kids.
Right.
You don't. Now Colorado is moving in because of Coach Prime.
Right.
Prime time.
But even like, it's funny you say that, because Tennessee State goes to Notre Dame first game of the year.
Eddie George.
Right. You same thing. So there you go.
Eddie George.
Right.
But by piggybacking off what he said on the full ride, that's why I am an advocate. I am promoting these kids to get their grades, because if you only get a partial, what you don't get on that sports scholarship, you can make up in academics, so you don't have to take out a loan. So like all our kids need to be shooting to make 3.5s. 3.5s are better, and it can be done with homework. You may be a horrible tester, and if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it's this year will be the last year that the SAT won't be. It'll be null and void.
I think it's next year.
That's next year. So until the whole COVID generation, the kids that were freshmen now. So with that being said, for all these kids that went through the COVID era, they still have an opportunity to earn a substantial amount of money with their scholarships. But if you don't take your grades serious, you're going to have to take out loans. Yeah, because Drew was a heck of a player.
Yeah.
A heck of a player.
Right.
And
dominant.
And I got another thing. For these parents think that, oh, my child got a full ride, they going to $50 and $100 get a death a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A week, still with full rides. I mean, I don't know if you know what college life like. I don't think these kids know what it's like. But when I went to Cookman, it was like the projects. Man, I was calling my mom. I was calling home. My mama, I ain't got no damn money. And after a while, once I figured out I wasn't going to get on the field, she sent my brother to come get me, and I had to go to work.
Right.
So that's another thing we got to promote. These kids getting jobs at an early age, because that football like hitting the lottery. Basketball like hitting the lottery. Sports is hitting the lottery now.
Right.
Because there's so much money involved.
And I think something else, too, like you said, is just, I think sometimes we, as parents, are guilty of, there's nothing wrong with making sacrifice, but your sacrifice got to be realistic. Mm-hmm. If you got a kid, let's say, play basketball, he's the 7th best player on the team, and might get 10 minutes per game. You traveling out of town, you pay for hotel, you pay for food. This ain't working. This ain't working. You know, hey, you got to keep working on your game, and then we'll try to revisit.
Yeah.
Not to say kill his dream, but the reality is it costs. Like you said, I got a partner of mine, Carla, one of the sponsors for the show. They've gone to Houston and Memphis so far this year for basketball. And we're in April. So just imagine summer, they got, not to mention camp, they got 3 or 4 more spots they got to hit. But like I say, but once again, if you don't have the resources for you to go, because you got to travel, fly, do all of that, you know, and that's pricey. That costs.
Oh yeah, it definitely costs. It definitely costs, man. So, just being able to do that is a luxury, but a lot of times it's necessary for kids to get that exposure, man. And like you were saying, if they don't have that marketing plan, they gonna be at home. Yeah. They ain't gonna. I don't want to go to no D3. I'm gonna wait on.
But see that, like you said, but like you said, that waiting game, that ain't that. But like you said, here, like you said, one of your kids, Lou Carter, signed to go to Oklahoma. Lou was an exceptional football player, and then also with that too, piggyback like you said, grades with the Tampa Catholic. So when recruits come to town, if you at Tampa Catholic, Berkeley, Jesuit, they already know you are prepared.
Yeah, you already adapted to the.
You already adapted to the environment. And that's why I think, not to discount public schools, but we have to get these kids on a course where, hey, you got to take tougher classes to get and be more diligent in doing your work.
You know I'm gonna blow your mind right now.
Go ahead.
Right? And that's why I say we're in a following monkey see, monkey do.
No doubt.
Glamour terms.
No doubt.
People don't know that Middleton is one of the best academic schools in this county.
Hands down, technology. Hands down.
People don't know that, right?
I got a nephew over there.
I can remember when 2003, they wasn't.
Right.
The football team was great.
Okay.
Armwood is one of the worst.
Yeah, it is. Still is.
But the football team, great.
Yeah.
Right? So the problem is just not the kids because the parents are following the fads.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was growing up, in 94, 95, I went and enrolled myself in Hillsborough High School.
Okay.
I was going to be a terrier.
Okay.
My sister-in-law took me. I enrolled myself.
Okay.
My mama found out. She said, boy, you won't graduate. You go there. Because I know all your friends over there.
Okay.
Moved to Silver Springs. I had to go to Chamberlain.
Okay.
I graduated, so my mama knew what she was talking about.
Right.
Still raised a little hell and got in trouble.
Right.
But my mama made a decision, and that's what I had to follow.
Right.
We didn't follow trends, and Hillsborough beat us 50 to 6 one year. They beat the brakes off, but I was a dog. I still did what I had to do, but
Right.
it was just a thing that nowadays we didn't follow trends. We didn't.
Right.
We did. We was all right with playing with our neighborhood school or where you went, and you just had to put on, put on Friday night.
Right.
Do what you do.
But you sit back and think, but those beatings that you took at Chamberlain set a path where Chamberlain improved
Yeah,
and was in the state 5 years after you left.
yeah.
So you sit back and think, you one more year, that incoming freshman is part of that team that played in the state.
Well,
You know?
yeah. So like these kids got to be all right with saying, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and thug it because there's no such thing as best loser. If you ain't going to the state title, that's how we won a state title.
Jesuit, the last one.
Jesuit.
Yeah,
before
Jesuit, yeah.
Jesuit.
But-
Before Jesuit.
It's been a
I
minute.
mean, Plant.
It's been a minute. You going back into like the 10s, the 9s.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you break it down, it's been a decade.
Just to go to a school. Well, I can tell you this much. I can tell this story now because the season over with. They wanted Lewis Carter to go to Tech.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And all Lou friends was at Tech.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
And this is one thing I can say about Martin and Tanya. They always pretty much listen to my guidance. But if you are hard at us for peer pressure, man, we over here at Tech, man, we can make a run with you, Lou, and da-da-da-da, this and that, and this, man, this and that. And some kids left Tampa Catholic to go to Tech.
Right.
And coach called me. I shot over there. I got off work. I shot the Lou house.
Okay.
I say now, if you was talking about leaving Tampa Catholic for Jesuit or Berkeley, let's fill the coffin and let's go. It's got to make sense.
Right.
Because I'm thinking about grade criteria. I'm
Right.
thinking about
But then you look at the bigger picture, though.
looking at the bigger picture.
Right.
And I'm looking at the MAP, which is the acronym for morals and principles,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I say, if you could tell me 2 things Coach Jarris did wrong to you, I agree with your decision. What Coach did wrong to you? Nothing.
That's crazy.
I said, he say, Coach, I ain't never think about it that way. I said, you built a house over here. What you gonna leave your house for an apartment? You don't know if the lease gonna be renewed next month.
Right.
Yeah, ain't no disrespect to the coaches out there, because
not at all.
They went to Tech. They went to state the previous year, and they doing some great things over there.
Yeah.
And one of the little partners was mad. They'd be like, "Man, what's wrong with Chang, man?" Da, 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 da.
Oh, he hating.
No, he wasn't hating. He wasn't hating.
You probably saying you was hating. You probably saying Chang was hating.
But I had to break it down to him. I had to tell him. I say, nah, if Lou was at Tech for 3 years, and somebody called him to go to Tampa Catholic, I would have did the same thing for you. See, the problem is we not building men no more, man.
But I think I agree with you said, and even on a grander scale, like you said, with the parents, they looking at, okay, well, his homeboys over here, They together, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, if we can't put that together, I'd rather start ninth grade and let's see where we go compared to bouncing around.
Yeah.
Especially your last year of school. You know, because I look at the class of 2028. I got a nephew in the 7th grade. I got Carlos' son play ball, John Arroyo's son hoop. It's a lot of high quality athletes going to be freshmen in 2 years at these high schools.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see if they all pile up and go somewhere. Hey, you go here, I go here, and we go like that. But just like you said, it's just a lot of people right now are chasing.
Yeah.
And if it's for you, it's for you.
I bet they. I ain't gonna say all of them, but it's gonna be some that pile up. It's gonna be some.
But everybody can't. Let's say this here. Let's say we all. You play for the Jags. You play for the Hurricanes. I play for the Rays. We all play the same position.
Yeah.
Man, we go over here, boy. We'll be straight. So then if we all three link up and go together, then okay.
It ain't but one ball.
It's only one ball. So now somebody got to play a position. They don't want to play.
It depends on the position though.
Okay,
Yeah.
but let's say
If all us on the D line.
okay, but now let's say quarterback.
Oh no, they ain't doing that. I
Okay.
tell you that. Nah, they ain't.
That's what
doing
I'm saying.
that.
But let's say running back. You ain't gonna have 4-5 running back. That ain't gonna happen.
The biggest problem, right, with that. These parents, if we would have did it, it would have worked. Because our parents then raised runners.
Yeah.
Right.
And don't get it twisted, because I also believe in this. If you moving for a promotion, you have my support. But if you moving for a lateral just to be a part of something, I can't respect that.
Right.
So if you leaving the school because you going over here to start, look, man, he said I could start. He said I could play both ways. Look, that's what I want to do.
Right.
And I want every kid to know that, because it's still a business. Because if these coaches get a promotion, these same coaches that recruit you get a promotion, they gone.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. So I got a cousin. He was at Tech. Came from Dade City. He was at Tech. Came in as a freshman. He wasn't getting time. You know what I mean? There's other guys in front of him that Tampa boys. They in the same grade though. The guys in front of him, they same class. So he wasn't getting the time he wanted. So he just went over to Gaither. So he looking forward to just getting fed in between the game. That's his. That's what sold him.
Because you can't call everybody a runner. He
ain't running.
It was great. He be a junior this year.
He'd be junior next year. Next year. So he stayed at 9th, 10th grade. He was on varsity.
That
quiet and kept Gaither go back a little noise. Gaither,
that quarterback
they got
is
the boy
one of the best in the state.
Jace. They got the Wilson going to Florida, but they got some pieces. So Gaither's gonna be all right.
That's from his 7-on-17.
Okay.
So the quarterback was on his 7-on-17.
Oh yeah, Jace Nixon is a problem. Yeah, he was player of the week first. He threw 500 yards on somebody last year. Jason, that dude, yeah.
He
threw 5 football fields.
JD and Tiki in the comments, man.
Yeah, but that's why I say I think something else with that too is that everything now, just like you said, and we're creatures of what we see. So when LeBron made and I'm gonna back up off LeBron because KG and Ray Allen were the first big three.
But them was trades though.
They were trades. They were trades
though.
Right. But then when you see football, my homeboy, you come over here, we can get together, get some chips.
Because the first person that created the super team was Prime.
Yeah.
When he left the Falcons for the Niners in '94.
Yeah. And then when they didn't want to pay him, I go play with Dallas.
But listen, he left for a promotion.
He did.
See, people say you're running. No, man, I'm not gonna knock anybody. If you going to get more money and it's a better situation, see, people be talking about team. You see where that shit got Scottie Pippen, excuse my language. You see where it got Scottie.
Right.
Scottie was one of the top 5 players ever, at least top 8.
When he played, absolutely.
When he played.
Hands down.
But he was the lowest paid in history.
Right.
For a starter.
Right.
Yeah, but that was Scottie, man.
Yeah, because he took that fluke deal not knowing business.
Right.
And back to what you said. Oh, man, these kids can get together. But who going to have enough sense and enough heart to say, well, man, that's what we got to do. We 10 and 11-year-olds. Now, you going to see me do it with these 9 and 10-year-olds.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
These young men about to learn how to not hustle but sell water, invest. We ain't just getting no lemonade. You give us lemons, we gonna make 3 lemonade stands.
Okay.
We ain't just satisfied with making lemonade.
Okay.
We gonna sell T-shirts.
Okay.
With their own logos. See, this is the type of stuff I'm gonna do with these young men because y'all gotta understand, man. You gotta be able to work. You gotta be able to hustle. You gotta be able to. You gotta be able to reinvent yourself.
Got to be able to generate revenue.
And that's what I'm telling you. It's funny. That's what Dion said. He said, his.
I ain't hard to find.
He said Prime said his He said junior year of high school, prime time was already established.
Yeah.
Already developed. And he said, you know, Dion and he talked so funny, like in third person. Dion and Prime are 2 totally different people.
Yeah.
He said, y'all like to talk to Dion, but he said, but I gave you Prime.
Yeah.
Because that's what you wanted to see.
That's what you wanted
You
to see.
paid to see Prime. And I think about that, and here it is. He was so far ahead. You talking about something 35 years ago.
Yeah.
That he did. Like, I never forget.
Corner.
Yeah, at a cornerback.
Corner.
So he set the bar. And it was fun when he did an interview. The Giants spoke with him and said, we're going to bring you in. And he said, what number y'all? He said he was looking at the playbook. He said, it's too big. He said, man, what number y'all pick? He said, we picked 10. Oh, don't worry about it. I be gone. I be gone.
But his honesty, his honesty, that's why
But he said, I be gone. Like, he said, I be gone by then. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, y'all keep this playbook.
And if you wasn't raised in the South, and see, a lot of people can confuse our cockiness for confidence.
Right.
Our excellence for arrogance.
Right.
And Prime get that a lot. Coach
Right.
Prime get that a lot. I ain't gonna disrespect him, but Coach Prime get that a lot.
Okay.
He say some things that may ruffle some feathers the wrong way, but
They don't be wrong.
He always preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
As long as it's true and it's his truth,
Yeah.
it gotta be your truth. It's his truth,
Right.
and he stand on it. Man, I can respect it.
Yeah.
But like Prime was probably one of the greatest football players ever.
Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down, like I say, what
He
quarterback
changed the game.
What quarterback are you gonna put there? If you did a all Super 22, what quarterback you gonna put in front of him?
You can't.
You cannot.
You can't. If he ain't 1 or 2,
Yeah.
But if he
don't fit
ain't
no.
won, who won?
Yeah, who's won? Like there's nothing better. There's nothing better than him. Nothing for what he did. Play, punt. Like I say, he changed to where quarterbacks did not throw a certain side of the field.
yeah, that's
Now
true.
you sit back and process that. We've had some great guys come out. Like you sit back and think, we saw Charles Woodson, we saw Champ Bailey, we saw Ron Woodson,
You saw Reeves.
we saw Reeves,
You saw
Aeneas Williams. We saw
Darryl Green. You saw a lot of them.
Dion. I got him. He'll come out. I'm guarding him.
Yeah.
That's my assignment. So you could just have you play at 10 on 10.
Now I'm
You play at 10 on 10.
Now I'm honest. Now I really want to see. Like I'm really rooting. I'm rooting for him at Colorado because
Absolutely.
people
But
don't
y'all
realize.
see-
People don't realize now. One thing about him, he gonna talk that stuff. He gonna talk that talk.
But he gonna bring you out though.
Hey, listen, he gonna bring you out. I'm interested, and I hope he's gonna be successful, even if he have a 6-4 season.
That's a
I
success.
see a lot of people thinking, oh, Prime, now they gonna go 10-0.
No.
Man, no. It ain't that easy. And his son at quarterback gonna have to adapt to the game, the speed of the game. And I think he looked good in the spring game.
But you sit back and think. Go
I
ahead.
don't think the quarterback gonna be. I think Shador gonna be all right. I don't think he gonna be too much of a problem, man.
Right.
I think he'll be able to adjust. I just think it's gonna be when they get hit in the mouth, how they gonna.
But they got TCU out the gate at TCU.
Man, I
I
be
ain't
thinking
really-
they fool. Sometimes I think they fool.
I mean, and it
That's what
may
I
be,
ain't-
and
I ain't
it
wanna
may
say
be,
that,
but they were a team that went.
don't-
They went to the chip last year. So I mean, that's a good measuring stick to see where you at out the gate. But
and if they whoop TCU,
they're gonna open up some eye. You got to put them in the top 25,
Yeah.
and then you come back your first home game against Nebraska, old rivalry that you had.
yeah, that
That
ain't gonna be
rivalry
no.
game, a rivalry
That's a rivalry game, like I
never
said,
ended
but
up.
That ain't gonna be no rivalry game, man. Nebraska ain't got they self.
I mean, but
But we don't know what Colorado got.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Colorado,
saying.
17, 23 people just
I'm
transferred
going to the
out.
boogie. I bet they beat Nebraska.
Well, let me say this, and then even
they
but they
beat
won, but they
Nebraska.
won. They only won one game last season,
That's true.
and then
How many Nebraska
All right,
won?
so to win
2?
so to win 3 games, he's gonna be a
oh,
success.
if they win 4 games, what they call that's Deion Sanders Boulevard.
Yeah,
when you
right.
drive to the state, that's Deion Sanders
right.
Boulevard.
But did y'all see the spring game though?
30,000 full.
Y'all saw the before and the after.
Yeah.
They had the 2022. They scanned the field.
Yeah.
That thing was empty. There was
But
more
see-
people in here than it was at the
But
spring
see,
game last year.
but the thing is though, is that at these larger schools, like you say, alumni take pride.
Yeah.
And they want to win. See,
do.
that's why I say it's different here in South Florida because football is not.
But if Deion would have came here, it would have looked just like Colorado.
Okay, but the thing is, though, ain't no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But then also with that is that alumni in South Florida is not as passionate as, say, Oklahoma, Alabama, Colorado, because they have other things.
But you
that
can't say
consume them.
Colorado passionate. D, they just showed you the field last year.
Okay, but they want to win. Like, sorry, but Deion
Everybody
is a difference.
wanna win.
But it's a difference.
Deion's different.
Deion's a difference. Like I said, you can go to a South Florida game. I've gone to South Florida games when they were ranked and could sit anywhere. So I mean, like this year they got FAM, they got Alabama coming, so those games will sell out. But South Florida don't sell out all their games.
When BJ was the quarterback, they was ranked.
Oh yeah, they were ranked.
Them games was selling out. D, they was winning.
Okay,
they had a product on the field.
But what I'm saying is that when there are certain schools, even if you losing, Vanderbilt, they still going to they still selling out Vanderbilt.
Because Vanderbilt ain't never been good. They ain't got what else they gonna do at Vanderbilt.
But what I'm saying that to say, Colorado, like I said, I think it's gonna be a renaissance.
Ain't no beach in Vanderbilt.
Huh?
Ain't no beach up there, man.
It ain't one in Colorado either.
Right. But they got that good snow. But I just think I'm excited for what Deion's gonna do. I mean, I'm gonna throw this in the pot. I think Deion them gonna go 8-4.
That's an excellent season. And
I can see that.
And looking at some of the teams in the Pac-12, that's easily done.
No, you know what? I got to see what their rushing game. I got to see what the running game like. If the running game at least 75 yards a game, I think they can. I think they can. The running game is sufficient because it's a pass-happy league.
Right.
And to be able to run, to be able to have a decent
like you
running
said,
back.
you sit back and think. You got Cam Rising. You got Caleb Williams. You got Michael Penix.
Oh, he good.
So you have three. You have
number 9 raw.
You have 3 top guys. Mm-hmm. And then not to mention, I forgot my boy left UCLA. He gone. DTR, he gone. Mm-hmm. But you got 3 guys who are probably in the top 10 to 15 quarterbacks coming in the next season.
10 to 15.
I mean, a lot of people lost quarterbacks last year, so
yeah,
a lot of people gonna be new. You know, the boy from Clemson was at Oregon State, Uga Levy, was that Clemson? DJ, yeah. We call him DJ. He's at Oregon State.
That's easy to pronounce.
Exactly. But I'm saying, you gonna have the Pac-12 is gonna have some exciting football this year.
He might make them a problem.
We'll see.
He might make them a problem. Because if you look at Oregon State, what they did last year, they did all that without a quarterback.
Right.
And just him.
But I think DJ, with the talent he had at Clemson, he couldn't get it together at Clemson, but maybe a second chance he may come out and play better.
I really feel like Oregon State, that defense they had.
Oh, they were biting.
That defense they had, all they needed was an okay quarterback. Because their quarterback was trash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna take our lab break. We're gonna get back with Coach Chang and kick it a little bit more. So
yes, sir.
This is gonna be brought to you by my man Carlos Martin at the Auto Repair Center, 813-443-4730. Lose right now he's on the Heat. And he's on the Heat and he's on the Suns. That's what he's on right now. They say like the Knicks on the low too. And you see what we rocking. We rocking our Chop Shop apparel. See me in Dade City, 813-400-7015. Give us a quick break. We do not own the right to this music. Torres, give us some. But I think... All right, we back here. We're finna get into our last segment of Chop Shop. We got my man Dade City. While Della hanging out, don't forget now Ruff is not in with us tonight, so we got special guest Coach Chang. This is family right here. So
getting ready for litigations.
Yeah, he doing his thing, doing the real biz. So Coach Chang with us. So let me ask you this, Coach, because we spoke about Deion before we went to the break. Do you think HBCU football will be as relevant as it was this past season with Deion gone, with the Deion factor out of the equation?
It took a hit when Deion left, and then when Ed Reed didn't get when Ed Reed got relieved of his duties once he got the job, that took a hit. But hopefully
That was rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
Now, do you disagree with Ed, or what's your take on that?
Don't disagree with him. Just disagree with how he handled the situation.
Okay.
Get in first. Give him a year. Give him a year in the spring. And then speak your piece. But speak your piece with them. Like running the social media, that's what's wrong. Like Ed Reed got caught up in the trend. I know I feel like Ed Reed is a great person. From the things I've heard about him, I don't know him personally.
Right.
From the work that I actually seen him put in, from guys that actually played down in Miami that had the opportunity to be around him, great person, means well. And I'm pretty sure he don't need nobody to talk on his behalf because he's standing his purpose. And I respect the fact that I'm pretty sure he may have some regrets, and if he don't, I understand that too.
I don't feel like he got no regrets. And I really don't think he should. Because we don't know if he went and talked to them like.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he was at a point the way he was fed up. Like he came there, he said his office wasn't cleaned out. He got there, he had to clean his office out. He got there to the field, they didn't have no practice field. They ain't had nowhere to practice. So he get there, they asked him, he asked them like where we supposed to practice at. It was like the field out to go to the field. He said the practice field ain't been cut, it's full of trash, junk, all this. So they end up cleaning all that out, and then he ain't got no contract.
All right. Going into that, you knew you wasn't. Now BCU is one of the more popular HBCUs. They are, and you would think they would be far along than they are as far as facilities, as far as just as a HBCU. Period.
As far as a college.
As a college, a university, not even a college, because I went when it was a college.
Yeah,
and they didn't have those problems. So apparently things changed for the worse because when Alvin Wyatt had the job, man, I can't say it was the Taj Mahal, but it wasn't Rovers Park either.
It was up and running.
Yeah. So
he said it Rovers
It wasn't Rovers Park either. So with that being said,
they said it's worse than Rovers.
That's what I'm saying.
They'll leave and go to Rovers right now.
Man, you with that foolishness.
They'll leave and go to Rovers right now.
But the only thing I say, man, I just think it was timing. He just had bad timing. Like, he just had bad timing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And my opinion is just my facts, nobody else's. So I think once he sit down and he actually assess his actions, I think he'll handle it a different way. I do.
Yeah, I mean, he'll definitely learn. You know what I'm saying? Learn from the incident. If you don't, you'll never grow. So I know he's a smart individual.
Yeah.
So he'll.
He's the greatest safety to ever play the game. He has to be smart.
Things differently, but.
So did Bethune bring in another coach, or?
Yeah, they brought in another coach.
He was an assistant on that staff, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think it was.
I don't remember who. I forgot his name.
I really wanted to see Ed coach though.
Yeah,
I really wanted to see.
I think he's a former NFL player too.
Listen, man, I look at that speech that he gave in the town in Miami when they say, man, you ask me if I'm all right. No, I ain't all right.
I'm hurt.
Man, I'm hurt. You hear me?
Yeah.
And just to see somebody with that passion, imagine how many lives just with that passion. That ton of thing, I look at that on Saturdays before I go and coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a Florida State fan, but man, just people with passion and got true love for the game. And I think he's one of those guys. And I pray he get another opportunity to be a coach. I pray he do.
It's funny you say that, but Ray Lewis do that for me.
Ray Lewis.
When you hear Ray Lewis talk, I mean, when he gave his Hall of Fame speech, he spoke about his mother, the abuse she dealt with. Then he said, when he went and somebody gave him $30 of food stamps, and he rode the bus down to Miami, and his brother say, Ray, don't leave. He said, man, I gotta, he got to do this for us, and that's what he was saying when I got this ain't just me, this is all of us. So I think the work that people put in, it's a journey, and I look at now with, like what I hate to go, I gotta go back to what Deion's doing, is that Deion is making a difference in a lot of young men's lives. And I think that's what a coach is supposed to. Like, if your coach that you had in school didn't leave an impact on you, he did you a disservice.
Man, Deion changed the whole HBCU. Like, he ain't
in
just
2
changed.
years.
He ain't just changed the kids. Like, he changed the whole.
He changed the whole dynamic. But I think he showed
got him $120 million.
Right, but he showed, like I said, but their resources were lacking.
They were.
And you look at compared to your other schools. So let's just put it in perspective. Like, Tallahassee has Florida State and FAMU, right there in the same, probably a good bike ride to get from FAM or vice versa. But when you look at the resources that Florida State has compared to the resources that Florida A&M has, and people speak about alumni, when you have homecoming, they may have 75,000 people come back for homecoming. You go party or do whatever, but I just feel like that it's hard to try to get a kid to come to a HBCU. But I mean, now it's probably a little easier because like you got the transfer portal now.
Well,
so those kids are gonna get plucked.
No, the HBCUs they're privy to the kids in the transfer portal. That's what I'm telling you. They need to wake up.
Okay.
They really need to wake up because they're not recruiting football players. They want ready made. This whole generation is the microwave generation. They don't want to cook right now. They don't want to cook in the oven or the crock pot. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
And like
they don't want to marinate overnight.
They don't. But to their defense, this is business. And if a coach don't win now,
you out of there.
He'll be looking for a job right now. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, do you fault them? Yes. But do you understand them? Yes. So that's why these kids have to do their due diligence. These schools going to handle their business. Right. So I advise you to handle yours so you don't find yourself in that situation. And if you do, it's the best situation for you. Yeah. So if you got to go to NAIA, you can use that as 13th grade to get you some film and go elsewhere.
JUCO, whatever,
But like even schools like Allen University, like you can go there and play for Teddy Keaton, and Teddy is a great guy.
Right.
Great guy, great coach. And he recruits the Tampa Bay area. He got a lot of kids from Tech. But these kids got to understand what
went there this year, didn't it?
Yeah, 3 of them. And like 6 the year before. What these kids got to understand, by your junior year, you know what type of dog you are.
Right. Yeah.
You know if you're getting recruited.
And the coaches know what kind of dog you is too.
Yeah.
They know if you're going to bite.
Yeah. So it's like, you got to break down your film. You always got to practice on your character when you get up in the morning and leave the house. You got to take the classroom serious. You got to take the weight room serious. You got to take film study serious. And then on Friday night, that's going to be the reward or the reflection of everything you did Monday through Thursday.
Friday should be the easiest night of your life.
Yeah. Saturday is the rest day. Sunday we started all over again. But these kids got to understand that work ethic.
But I think something else too is that, and it's always somebody. There's always somebody working. Yeah. Always there's a kid somewhere.
Yeah.
Doing cardio, lifting weights.
Yeah.
Drills, running up a hill. They doing something to get better.
You remember Jay-Z that Jay-Z and Fade the Black when he say, "Man, I know it's somewhere. It's a rapper somewhere sitting down at the table, writing his rhymes, and he coming for me." He said, "But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find him and I'm gonna sign him." You understand?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah, I feel you.
So it's like, and don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. And people don't realize the game get dirtier. Yeah. The game, I won't say dirty. It gets interesting the higher you go.
Right.
So now that money is involved, and in certain states, it's NIL deals in high school in Baltimore and Texas. It's NIL deals in high schools in Baltimore and Texas. It's been approved. It's been approved.
So Texas got some money, so I know they get.
Yeah, but you got a coach making $150,000 coaching high school football in Texas. I think that's crazy.
Why you think it's crazy? Too. Hold up, but why you think it's crazy?
Just for that to see they generate that, but like I said, there's a bigger commitment to winning.
Yeah.
But these guys are not even on staff. They just coach football.
I don't think it's crazy because if you
They deserve it.
they deserve it, and this is why I say they deserve it, right? And this is why I say the teachers deserve money too.
They definitely deserve
right?
it. Teachers definitely deserve it.
But you trying to tell me that now a 17-year-old kid could be worth 2.5 million in the middle range, 250,000 just to be a starter at Auburn,
Yeah.
and just to be a part of the top 22
Okay.
at Auburn
Okay.
and some of these other schools.
Okay.
I don't know how factual those numbers are, but I know they're close.
Okay.
And why shouldn't a high school coach that prepped them to go to that next stage shouldn't be rewarded?
They get rewarded.
The
in some
kids getting
states.
paid,
They get
Yeah.
rewarded in some states.
not Florida.
Not
I know
here.
head coaches right now, right here in Tampa, Florida.
They not getting.
Why you think Robert? Man, let me tell you something. I had the opportunity to play for and coach with some of the greatest coaches in the Bay Area. I coached. I played for Billy Turner. Coached with Billy Turner. Had the opportunity to coach with Garcia. I watched Robert Wiener a lot. Went to a few of his clinics. Jarris is doing great things. I done been around these guys. The Batman Woods when he was at Wharton.
Yeah, that was our resource officer in high school.
Batman Woods when he was at Wharton, and Earl Goodman was his D coordinator.
Okay.
He actually taught me to fit the defense.
Okay.
And then being around these guys, I soaked up so much knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. And I relate that knowledge. I pass that knowledge on to kids like Lewis Carter. And when Lewis Carter got in the film room and on the board with these coaches, they was like, wow, how does this kid know all this stuff? Well, he was learning this stuff when he was 11 years old. So if I had the ability to go and learn, and I have the talent to teach kids, this is a talent. Everybody can't teach a kid.
To get them to understand and
Right.
know why they doing it. That's the biggest part.
So with that being said, who's teaching these 2 point? Who like who's educating these kids is getting these NIL deals? Teachers. I think each teacher again should get at least a $10,000 raise before 25. Before 25. Because half of these high school coaches are teachers, and they're getting a $3,500 stipend that they got to split between 7 to 8 coaches. So that's no
So
money.
the stipend just for the whole coaching staff.
Yes, it's not. Yeah, like
Wow, I
they
thought it
gotta
was
split that.
$3,500 for the
I thought
head
for
coach.
the head coach because he don't.
No. Maybe now I'm
That's
talking about
crazy.
when I actually was in high school coaching, and that was, you know what? It may be that now because in 2001, when I was at Chamberlain from 99 to 2006, that's what it was, 35 for the whole staff. Now, one thing about Billy Turner, he actually, he just split that whole thing up amongst the coaches, and he didn't take nothing. So that was great. But these high school coaches need to get paid more. But
Have you thought about getting into that? High school coaching?
only way I get into high school coaching is if I can get a 7 to 3:30 schedule. I can't leave my job.
I
You know what I'm saying?
understand.
As far as you know,
I understand.
like,
I understand
the residual income at
I
the
understand
end
the business. I understand the
versus-
business.
You know what I'm saying? Because like a dream versus reality is something else. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because you can dream, but when you wake up, the bills still do.
Yeah.
You know. But I would love the
Facts.
opportunity to coach. I won't rule it out, and it depends on like where I'm at in my career and what I got going on outside of work. What I got going on outside of work take off, and I can actually retire from my job and do my gift.
Yeah.
I'll coach high school, and I'll take the Chamberlain job,
Okay.
and that'll be.
Rebuild over there then.
I rebuild over there. I really will, because you got to get kids to come.
They ain't the same champ. They ain't even got the Chiefs no more, man.
I'll always be a chief, and you know, shout out to my homie B Holmes, Brad Holmes, the GM up at Detroit. He actually had the stadium rebuilt. I'll just be a storm. You just if I was to take it, it'd be a Category 5.
Okay.
You know,
That's what it's
so
gonna be.
and I just have that belief, and I think I can actually do it. No disrespect, no pun intended to the coaches there now,
Right.
Because I know he's trying, but man, I think they only had like 28 kids on their roster.
But I think something else too, though, is that having a relationship with the kids, and then the kids, when they identify with the coach, it makes them, it gives a little something more than, you know, I'm gonna work a little harder for him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push a little harder, you know, instead of I'm gonna do this because coach is pushing me to do better.
Yeah.
You know, so it goes both ways. I think a lot of times with kids, like if you got a kid that you can't say nothing to him, you can't scream at him, can't yell at him, you say something to him, he just shut down, he fold.
That's a lot of them now.
It's
a lot of
kids
them,
like that. So as a coach, you got to figure out how you can coach the kids too. Like that's whole nother part of it. Like, can I coach him hard, or can I just I got to just talk to him? And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot that go into it, because some of the kids you yell at, they will shut down. Now they head down, and now they done missed the play.
Yeah,
and it's gone for 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you break them, you got to build them in the same breath.
Okay.
But you got to break them. You have to break them. And a lot of people say that's the problem. Nobody want to be broken. Oh. Like, this is my favorite line. Oh, he's disrespectful, but he's not that disrespectful. Let's spell disrespect. It's only one way to spell it. Mm-hmm. Disrespect is disrespect.
You say not that.
But that's just like the other day, man. This is the world we living in. Did you see that substitute teacher?
Yeah.
Get that little girl to what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did y'all see that?
She didn't really give her the what's happening though. Like it could have got worse.
It was another one in Texas that put them boots on them. Yeah, you got to go and look at that. Like,
I ain't see that one. I seen the one where she slammed on the ground and then she had her.
Yeah, yeah. Look at you, boy. You something else, boy. You would keep somebody the dog out.
But like you said, But like you said, not that disrespectful.
Not that disrespectful. Now, not to get off sports for a second, I was just looking at this, right? And I don't understand this, dog, because with coaches like Bobby Wiles and man, Bobby Wiles put his hands on you. And this generation is it start with the dialogue with the parents. Hey, boy, go in there, take a bath, and go to bed. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Now, why I got to go to bed so early? And dog, let me tell you something, man. These kids, this generation, boy, they hell, boy. Like now, me, where I'm at in life, man, I don't think, like, man, listen. Boy, it'd be hard to be on the dating scene, dog. You better get you somebody.
Yeah.
You better get you somebody, and if you don't have nobody, you out here looking, you better do a bad kid facts on their children if they ain't yours. Because these children have you in a whole situation, man. Just like that lady. She may be fighting for a job, but I think the school district stood behind her.
Okay.
She may be fighting for a job because an unruly kid said, get my dang on phone and slap the lady. Pow!
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, a lot of people say, oh, she didn't have to do that little girl like that. Well, put your hands on me. Yeah. And I'm going to introduce you to every wall in the classroom in self-defense. Now, once they say stop, I'm going to stop. Because then they won't look, you know.
Okay.
But these people like that, these children don't understand, man. Keep your hands on people.
Yeah.
And these little girls got to understand, these boys weren't raised with chivalry. These little boys will hit you back.
Yeah. I tell you, I got a partner that I know several people that educate. I tell them all the time, what you do, you do things. I can with coaching, that's thankless work for what you do.
Yeah.
It is, because to get up every day and to deal with 25 to 30 kids 5 or 6 different times out the day.
Just think about the personalities.
Yeah.
Out of those 35 kids, 20 of them got 7 different personalities.
Yeah.
5 of them on the strongest crazy check medicine in the world. Just think about it.
Yeah.
And then you asking me to deal with this from 7 in the morning to 3:30.
Yeah.
Then you tell these teachers they can't have extracurricular activities. But man, how y'all expect these teachers to function?
Yeah.
You don't want to pay them.
Right.
But you want them to deal with Tommy. I'm gonna say all the proper names: Tommy, El Guado, Ray. I'm gonna get all races because I don't want nobody to say, "Oh, well, why you ain't say this?" I'm talking about everybody. All races got badass kids right now.
Right.
But social media, we be talking about rap. No, it's social media, dog. It's social media that got these kids going crazy.
I saw somebody post something about y'all showing all these new back to school clothes. Show these report cards. Pull them out. Pull the report cards out.
Speaking of back to school clothes, man, you see how much money they spending on prom?
Yeah,
5 to 7 racks. I'm talking about it's
that
crazy.
That prom is that's absurd. I still laugh. I went to Gingas. My mom paid $70 for a tux. My junior and senior, the first year as a junior, I went to Pleasant Peasant. It's clothing line. We might have spent maybe $70, but that was my prom. The next year, I kept it G. I went to Crystal. and got 10 cheese, no pickles, and let's run it.
Man, look here. My senior year, we kind of like splurge, but you thought you was the junk when you could pay $200-$300 for a suit. You know what I'm saying? We hustle, we work.
Yeah.
But we went to Donatello's, keeping it G, put hair in the food. Hey, man, I'm not eating this. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it G, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not eating this. but man, we ain't spend no more than $500, man.
Yeah, it's
with the
crazy.
whole night.
It's crazy now. It's crazy now, man.
Now the parents got to get the kids at least a right. Oh, Tom Ford this, Versace that. You know what I'm saying? And probably got 4 F's with that Versace.
I know when CJ went at Tech, CJ, I wanted to cake him up for prom. He had his uncle got him a rental, and I got him a room for 2 nights. And then also, I know homecoming, he spent maybe about $200-$300, but like you said, but the prom now, just like that's crazy.
Man, that's like the red carpet at the Grammys.
That's crazy.
And then some of the stuff these girls wearing, man.
They doing promposals and
promposals. I was talking about, man, I wish I would have had 35 balloons and some candy waiting on somebody.
Yeah.
Like now, it's smooth now. I ain't knocking the young fellas. It is.
Yeah, but we didn't have a research. My mom and dad wouldn't put that on there like that.
No, man, but guess what? This that new age, man. This is the age of the skinny jeans. The
drip.
the drip.
It's the drip age.
The
But
no
like
socks.
you say, but a lot of parents don't want a parent, so
Man, they want to be homeless.
I go along with it. That's fine, baby. What you want to do?
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Let me go and get this payday loan so I can get this girl what she want. They taking payday loans out, man. Cause you ain't gonna make me believe either this stuff y'all get some of this Versace made. Cause I know what it costs.
Right.
I know what Gucci costs. I know what Louis costs.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is real. And I'm just asking the parent, like, they'll say you only live once, right? But after you spend all that money on that one day, don't you know you got to take your ass back to work?
Yeah.
In a 2013 Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
And you still
But
got
you done
them
rented a
bills.
Hellcat. Oh, my baby went to the prom in a Hellcat.
He did that. But see, like you said, but I think some of us too, like you said, microwave and copycat, there's also competition.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be outdone. So if your daughter go and they get a party bus, I might try to rent a plane.
Yeah,
or something like
helicopter.
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna give me the Joppa Jofa jacket, the lion head, and the helicopter. This how I'm coming out. But man, we got to get back to reality, man.
Right. Yeah. But just the basic morals and principles, just it's a lost art now because, like you say, you see the kids today. It's a lot of when you say something, it turns into a debate.
Yeah,
it's not just okay. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. Like you said, question it, or you trying to why? Like I don't have to justify nothing to you because you stay here with me, not the other way around.
But having the ability to make an impact on some people's lives, man, is special. Because I can honestly tell you, like, man, like in the high school scene right now, I coached a lot of the top athletes.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. You got a strong resume now.
And when I'm talking to these kids and they with their homies that's not privy, or know me or whatever, like they homeboys will be cussing and they'll be like, "Hey, man, chill."
Right.
They don't. You know what I'm saying, man? That's Coach Chang.
Right.
But their head coach might let them cuss.
Right.
And I understand the new wave. I understand that they're okay. I understand around sports. I do. But like I had to tell a kid that, and not even saying Jared's does this, but one kid at TC was cursing. I say, hey, Jay, I got him away from the rest of the kids because I don't want to belittle them. I want to treat them like a man. I asked him, I went to school with you? No, I'm pretty sure you graduated. I say, man, you know me out in the world? No, I say, man, I'm old enough to be your dad, man. Do you curse in front of your dad? You say, yeah. I say, but I ain't your daddy.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's about respect.
We're going to have respect.
About respect. I say, man, because it ain't even about me. It ain't even about me. Like I even tell my own son. Me and my son turned 25 in March. Like me and you, we can shoot the shit because you 25 now.
Right.
But you ain't gonna never cuss in front of your mama, my mama, your grandmas, your aunties.
Right.
Now we haven't got to talk. You're old enough. You earned that.
Yeah.
You're getting your masters. You're a construction project. You're a grown man.
Right.
But we still gonna have respect for.
Yeah.
It still got to be a line.
Yeah, and I think that's something else too. A lot of people they can't separate. Because if you go to a high school football game, the language is crazy.
And the girls are the worst.
Yeah. I mean, they cuss real bad.
Man, did you hear the I was looking at a reel on Instagram. The song Pound Town.
I ain't up on that.
No, man, you heard that mess.
Yeah.
And it's like, ain't the girls rapping worse than the dudes now.
Yeah.
Pound Town ain't up on
Yeah,
that.
it's explicit.
That's what
Okay.
they
And
want
I
to
said, what the boy?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's something like Nan, huh?
Yeah,
It's worse than Nan?
Oh yeah, it's worse than that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. She
Yeah,
even
they can
called
play
out
Dan.
colors.
They can play Dan on Disney now.
Yeah, they can play that. Yeah, they can play nine. They can play that on Disney.
Play that on
At
Disney.
3:30 in the afternoon, right at the cartoon hour, after school hours. They can play that now.
After
That's
school
what it
special.
is. They're explicit these days, man. I'm like, man, dang, man. Am I getting old? I see the gray hair.
Like you said, but that's the times that we in. Like I say, it's so crazy. Then something else too, like you talk about the prom, and then like say kids getting ready to graduate, they throw big parties and it's anytime that's achievement. I get that, but like you said, we got to look at this is only one day.
Yeah.
What we gonna do the next day?
Yeah.
But we still got to regroup, and be ready for the next day. But I think that's something that we live in the moment. We're in the right now.
I'm not. Well, good thing I don't have. Man, that's the beauty of being grown as hell when you was in 97 and you got your babies out the way early. Cause man, I don't have no young kids.
Right.
So like,
I got a 3-year-old.
hey
boy.
man, you got a what?
A 3-year-old. Yes, sir.
You should seek counseling.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
No,
They
but they're a
keep-
beautiful thing. Like
they
man,
keep 'em going. They
sometimes-
keep 'em going.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really, sometimes you be like, dang man, what if I had another one?
Yeah, don't do it.
But no, it'll be selective breeding. Like she gotta be 6'4". She gotta be 6'4".
Former volleyball player, track star.
Track star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She got to have at least the height requirement. She gotta be 6'4". So, if I was single, I'll be hanging around like WNBA games.
Yeah.
Lurking. Yeah, they're lurking.
You gonna end up with Brittany Griner, baby.
No, not Brittany. Give
Yeah,
me somebody a
they're
little bit more feminine, man.
Yeah, they're lurking. But I feel what you're saying, man. 'Cause my niece had a baby in October, man. And Cash he turned 6 months last week, and I mean that just is always we always cut up whenever we get together, and I just see the joy that he brings our family. It's like.
Yeah.
But like to say, hey, but to raise him and rear him, now you break him over for 2-3 hours, we cool. Hey, come get him.
I'm be honest, you know what scared me from having a kid for real? That damn daycare.
What?
Man, daycare car payment now, man.
Oh yeah, daycare is for real. And then they got the sporty schedule where when the school off, they off too.
Yeah, like what you got going on?
They off too.
off.
Yeah, they is off. They say-
$490 a week for a newborn.
Yeah.
Thank God thank you God for like having my mama here. And
Yeah.
I got a sister, but my mama retired. So if that
Right.
was to ever happen,
But
what
like
you want? What
but
you
like
want?
you said, but it's just like
I just want to shout out Miss Twyla because she sure took care of my baby boy. She wasn't charging us a little or nothing, boy. I'm so
Yeah,
But see, that's why I say,
Title 20
but
is the
see-
grand champ.
Yeah.
That's the real champ, Title 20.
Yeah, but that's why I say. But even like it's funny you said, but to see like down, grandmamas ain't on that. They ain't on that
them
babysitter.
grandma-
You got a
Man,
handful. You got old school grandmamas.
My mama 72.
Okay, but that's
My
an
mama
old. That's
school.
old school.
Now, if your grandma 50,
47?
47,
I'm
yeah,
finna
you
tell you.
in trouble.
My mama, what my mama, 60?
My mama. Hold my mama.
Yeah.
So my mama, like, shout out to my mama, bro, because
Yes, sir.
she
Mother's Day coming up too.
she
Give her
deserves it,
flowers.
bro, because she be having that baby, bro. Like, we got to argue with her.
No, but see, that's what these grandparents, because my mama now took over my sister grandbaby. My
Right.
mama got great grandchildren.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So that's what they do, dog. That's what they do. And I want to fade my little great nephew. I be wanting to fade him sometimes. 'Cause like, homeboy, that's my mama, man. What's wrong with
But I'm
you?
telling you, but it was so funny, man. We went.
Oh, you irrelevant.
We went to my mother-in-law's for Easter, and Cash was just lap to lap. You didn't hear him cry. You didn't hear him whine. He was just lap to lap the entire time. We got there probably around say 3:30 and stayed about 8. And I mean, he was just. You didn't hear him. He didn't whine. He wasn't, fussy. He wasn't complaining.
Yeah.
He was here for like 15 minutes. Okay, I pass you over here. 15, 20 minutes, move you back. Then I wait on you to come back my way about another hour.
Yeah.
Got you again, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go, you know. So and that's what it be about. Like you say, you made those memories, but like you say, your mother and your mother are components of just understanding, you know, hey, this is my child, son or daughter, I'm gonna do my part. And that's very important, 'cause like you said, when you talking about that $490 for daycare, that's $2,000 a month.
Man, tell me about it.
Yeah.
But don't worry
$2
about it.
grand.
See me, Joe will be watching himself. I'm going to train him while he in the
gotta
womb,
put-
you hear me?
Okay.
You gotta put one of them little gerbil drip things in
Yeah,
there with
yeah,
the
yeah,
bottle. So he
gerbil
just
drip.
so he just hit the
He gonna be bad. He gonna be bad as hell anyway. So let that pepper sit on you for a little bit. I'm
What's
gonna
that?
feed you some cheese before I leave. That's why
Hey.
you got to go to the bathroom.
You remember Chang? We was over in the old studio, and Chang talking about the kids had the silver teeth.
Yeah. I was one of them. I know God to get me back, dog. That's why I couldn't have
Man.
God to get me back.
Boy.
But man, I gave my mama hell, man. Listen,
When
dog.
Chang said that silver teeth,
Man,
I said, look.
I was one of them kids.
So you knew if you had silver teeth, that were the bad kids at the school.
Listen, it's crazy, man, because I gotta I take to bad kids, like, because man, I was you. That's what I tell them, man, you wasn't bad as me, man.
Right.
I used to get 30 days or 9 weeks, bro. And still graduated on time.
Okay.
I probably only made 1 D throughout school.
Okay.
Probably.
But your conduct
Maybe
was,
1 F. Maybe
but,
1
but
F.
your conduct
my
was
conduct was stupid. My conduct was stupid. It was retarded.
My
Man,
attendance was just poor.
No, man, don't you know, I'm probably one of the only kids that got a 2-year suspension off Hardline. The city bus. I couldn't ride the city bus for 2 years, man.
For real?
But I ain't do nothing.
Well, they are. You sound just like them jits.
No, believe it or not.
sound
no,
just like them
see,
Jits.
that's why
I ain't do nothing.
That's how I know they been undone it. But I was innocent this time. Man, they was throwing ice on me and my partner, DeForest Brown. I never forget this. We had just got to turn to school because I had bit a principal. I bit the shit out of him. Yeah, he was choking me. We was fighting. Buddy had done got off on me, hit me in my nose. So I'm mad because he got a good shot on me. It's like the principal, like they jumped me. The principal jumped on me because I went from their school. Principal jumped on me, put me in the chokehold. I said, man, let me go. You choking me. He choked hard. I bit the mess out of him. You hear me? And listen, I was taking AIDS test, tetanus shot. Listen, all that, man, for real. Man, I was going to court for 2 years. They sentenced me off my juvenile record, off my school record. Man, I was a point away from going to Vero Beach for that incident. So that I was a badass, man. Don't but I learned.
Okay.
And it was a lot of ass whoopings. Excuse my language. It was
Okay.
but it was good. They was good whoopings. They didn't get out of control. She might have hit me with a turkey through
turkey.
a frozen turkey.
Okay.
No, my cousin got hit with a frozen turkey. I got hit with a bill
I know that hurt.
and a couple of water holes. Then my brother beat me with a baseball glove one time. I had some epic ass whoopings, man.
Okay,
But it
yeah.
made me a better person.
Okay.
It made me a better person. But see,
Okay.
you can't do that now. You put your hand on one of these kids right now, you'll be fighting for your job, your mug shot. You'll be saying, your mug
like
shot
the
be
teacher.
saying, what in the hell I done got into?
Just like the teacher.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
man.
but if I was there with that teacher, I would have broke it up rough. I would have held her a little long so the teacher can get off. Then I say stop, you know.
we finna go get out of here, man. Che, you want to give it a shout out before we
Man,
kill?
I want to give a shout out to anybody doing anything positive to change lives in the community.
Okay.
Anybody, like if you doing something to help better a person, yourself, just changing lives and situations for better or worse, man, I applaud you.
Good
I
stuff.
applaud you. And
Good
thank
stuff.
everybody that helped me in my mission, especially my big homie here, Waldo. You know, I'm very grateful.
No doubt, no doubt. Dave said you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. I want to shout out Dr. Vondelin Wright, Marlon Wright. They got a big event coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Let them know about that.
The funding first. So if you need anything about funding for real estate, they having a what is it?
Seminar.
They having a seminar. Gonna be some good information passed out. Make sure y'all check that out. I think her Instagram RX Vaughn. I think it's RX Vaughn on Instagram.
And then Marlon 1828
Yeah,
Entertainment.
Marlon 1828 Entertainment. So
Yeah,
y'all
shout
make
out
sure y'all
Marlon,
check
man.
it
Good
out.
dude, good dude.
And
Keep doing
shout
what
out
you're
to
doing.
my wife. She bought me lunch to work today, so Shout out to my wife.
Respect.
Man.
Yeah.
Respect.
Straight like that.
When I
She
come
bought you
home,
lunch.
Yeah.
She gonna ask for an extra $100 Friday.
She probably
Chang
won't.
said it. Tell Chang to give you 50
He got it too. He got it too. He was just trying to bet me on the Suns. And, he got it. He just told me 5. So get 250 from me.
Boy, you dirty.
All the way dirty.
Boy, you dirty.
Hey, but like I say, before we get out of here, man, we got to recognize those that pay the bills, man. So first of all, down in downtown Carver City, man, Mike Trick, E-Trick just lost his mom, man. So, hey, we praying for you, homie.
Condolences.
Down there on, he lost his mom. He put a post out yesterday. So I just, I touch base with him, probably say Wednesday. You know, when you go through different things, I want to give you that time to get yourself together.
Yeah.
You know, people be, what going? And I think, and it's just real quick, people, if there's loss in someone's family, don't get on Facebook talking about what happened. What happened to them? Yeah. I think that's real tacky. So, down there at Conus, man, check them out down there at 1510 North Hubert, 813-870-0404. And tourists, if you don't mind, you'll pull up Wingstop for me. It's 4 locations. I got to put these out for the good people. Saying we heading that way tonight down there on Bush and 56. My man Marcus McCann. Keep doing what you doing. Oh, and shout out to his baby girl Killer. She knocking the skin out that ball. Hit a home run.
Cover off that thing.
Yeah, she hit a home run this past week. They played in they was South Sumter, and he said that's the biggest field in Pasco County. Said that was 370 feet.
Yeah, she looked like
she hit the ball soft. They got a good team now. They locked and loaded. They good.
She looked like
they got Pasco tomorrow.
They look like Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa was out there.
They got Pasco tomorrow. I think Pasco beat them. She hit the ball. She knocked the skin off the ball, bro.
I gotta go and check out, man. That's another thing. I gotta start. Somebody, not to bring my situation, you know.
ahead.
Somebody say, hey, man, you don't never give girls shout outs. She gonna be my first one.
Okay, Killer McCants. Killer McCants.
Give me a contact.
Sophomore at Wesley Chapel. So we're gonna get this out. So if you in the area, you definitely go to 23048 Florida Highway 54 813-703-9464. You can also go to Bruce B. Downs 1219, Bruce B. Downs 813-536-0722. Also 9305 North 56th Street, 813-373-5174, where it all started, man, 2776 North Fowler, 813-903-9464. So also another partner of mine, man, Will Hoyt. I just saw him at my man Ryan. Ryan turned 50 tomorrow. Happy birthday, baby.
The beekeeper.
Yeah, so his homeboy, best friend, man, Will Hoyt, lost his mom today, man. So shout out, Hoyt. We praying for you, man, and I'll definitely be in contact with you. So, keep us posted. But as I always say before we get out of here, man, anybody want to be an artist, don't want to see the executive producer on the videos, on the record dancing, come to Death Row. The month of April finna end. Don't forget, now we got the draft this upcoming Thursday.
Hold up, I'm dancing in the video.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty in the video. Nah, I'm playing, man.
So we back at it, man. Hey, so we start a new month, so don't forget WEDZ coming out July 1st. Jalen Robinson going to be kicking it with us next Monday on the 1st of May, man, so that should be real good. He doing a lot of good stuff mentoring these kids in the area, man, so I'm real excited about him coming on. So for my man Ruff, who's not with us today, Coach Chang, Dade City's finest, Waldella, EZDZ, man, y'all keep God first, love your family. When you see us holler, we gone. Good night.